Nvidia bottomed out a little bit yesterday. Looks like it came down to the intermediate trend line and is now moving higher in pre-market. We have a range of low end today of around 166 and a high end of about 175, middle 175 range. Looks to open, last I checked, at 174, so just below that. Yet, futures for the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow the Dow is down, the NASDAQ and S&P are, flat. They're a little above, they're positive, but they look flat. And my thought is this: you're going to have a rug pull. Yesterday's job numbers, revisions, 911,000. Whoops, we miscalculated. Really a good representation of our education system here in the United States. So that means almost 1 million jobs weren't created. What else is to come next, March, when they do this again? And so my thought is, we had a market, 22nd all-time high, and we've been going sideways for 4 weeks. We broke above 6,500 on the S&P 500, which is where the option market is pricing in basically call options a high. The low end is moving up from 60 to 64.15 or so. So you're still in that range, and good chance, in my opinion, the S&P will pull back below 6,500 and close below that today, which says to me that they're going to lower rates and they're going to get aggressive about it. Could be a sign of, maybe they won't. I don't know. I mean, seems like Powell's got a little bit of a stick up his butt with Trump, which people get that. But I think the overall issue in this country is we're not doing what the data was saying we were doing, and that was growing, and that was we were in a good position. Rather, we're not. The economy has slowed. Job hiring has apparently slowed after that yesterday's revision, and things are expensive. I don't know about you, but I cringe every time I go to the grocery store anymore. I'm like, can we just get down to we're eating rice and beans and eggs? Could we just do that? No, can't do that, right? But it's costing more and more to live. So we've got some inflation numbers coming out today, I believe today or tomorrow, and that's going to tell us a lot. So with all this that's going on in the economic world, you look at the stock market and you look at the options market, and we're very tightly hedged right now. Market makers hedge their books. It's called delta hedging. Look it up. It's interesting. But it gives you some insight to how sort of leashed this market can be at this point. And we need some data that would spur this on to go higher. I mean, think about it. Fed came out next week and dropped rates by 50 points, which I think is sort of anticipated. 25 would be a joke. 75 would be, holy cow. Yeah, the economy's bad, but you just loosened up overnight money. And that's something you need to look into, is what does this Fed funds rate really represent? And you look at the bond market, 10-year treasuries come down. That's interesting, something to take note of, because the yield goes down, values go up. Historically, the move it's made recently would say to me, there's some level of concern, flight to safety. You look at how the Mag 7 have played, and really that represents 30, almost 40% of times of the S&P 500 movement on a daily basis. So you got to pay attention to that and say, hey, what is chart-wise? Is it clustering up here? Is it got momentum? Has it lost momentum? And I think it'll tell you a lot. You look and read this tape, and I think there are signs of basically exhaustion, and that no matter what comes out, this market doesn't have as much more. The amount of fuel it had say back in April, to push this higher. And so you get a repricing of your mega cap, really artificial intelligence in general, which is needed. So that said, cautiously optimistic. Could be a big run up, could be a big run down, could be an adjustment. But right now we're in that middle ground, that neutral optimism, positive sort of area. And I think that's where you really dial in your risk management, protect your assets. If you got major profits, like we bought into AppLovin in the tell sheet 12 on the 28th of July, you can imagine where that price tag is now and the profits. Sometimes it's good to take profits, bank that money, wait for another opportunity. You always can learn about opportunities at Best of US Investors. Hit the link in the profile, subscribe for our 14-day trial. You get a whole lot, but you also get day-to-day knowledge drops and sharing of ideas in the community on a daily basis in the morning on the Morning Edge. It's a great product, great service we're providing. Check it out. All right, I've run my time. Have a great day. Walking out, gonna finish my walk, jump on the call here in a little bit. Have a great day, and always, always live loud.